Welcome to Parlay Power Hour for July 26, 2021. I am your host, Tanner Kern. I'm joined by Will Reed and Grant Mitchell there. Well, Will's a host, Grant's a co-host. Now, we're talking before we get into the picks today. We're talking about some rap festival that started this weekend. Grant, what rap festival was that?
It's Rolling Loud. I didn't realize Tanner. Tanner and I are both 23, but I mean, I guess he's on the wrong side of 23. I'm still in with the young crowd.
Grant, I'm older than you by like 18 months. So first of all, you're wrong. I am way old. You know what? Like you might be 23 and I'm like older than you, but we still have different. Like I'm on the 24 side of 23. You're still on the 23 side of 23. So I've kind of grown up a little bit. But anyways, the Rap Music Festival was this weekend. I did not go. I did not watch it on Twitch. If you watch the Rap Music Festival on Twitch, which according to Will Reed, people do that is stupid. Like, who watches a rap festival on Twitch? Will, why would someone ever do that?
I'm perplexed by it also. You mentioned it before the show. You can just watch the music videos. The quality is going to be much better. You're going to hear better. And I mean, when you go to these festivals, these rappers aren't really even singing their own songs. They're just adding random ad libs and to the track. So I don't think it's too much that they're missing out on if they want to watch it on Twitch. So I don't know why they would do that.
I don't know. I can just see Jack Fratboy sitting in his room drinking a beer and like just jamming out on Twitch and stuff. The only thing, stop watching video gamers on Twitch. Stop watching rap festivals. Watch freaking Parlay Power, because we're telling you how to win money every day of the week. And then you can buy your rap music festival tickets. I don't even remember what it's called because it's irrelevant to me. It's Monday. It's the best hour of your day, July 26, 2021. Make sure you subscribe to the Sports 2.0 network. And also, PointsBet Sportsbook in Michigan. Use code NoopMT. Description below. It's in the description below. Plug in NoopMT. You're going to get a $300 deposit match. Also, PointsBet is coming to New Jersey, the biggest, the baddest sports betting market in the United States. So we're very excited about that. Keep an eye out for details on more promo codes, because we're going to the moon here on the Sports 2.0 network. Will the Wizard Reed, we'll start with you today. You're 58-48, kind of creeping to irrelevancy right now. So how do you feel?
We're actually creeping away from relevancy. Thursday was 3-0. Friday was 2-1. So the record's actually getting better, although it does still look pretty bad. But we're getting away from the 500 level. We're creeping away. I have another 3-0 day planned today, so it's going to be 61-48 next show.
I just realized my record's really bad. I'm 53-44. You know why my record's bad, though? Because I'm so good on MLB daily picks, free MLB picks every day on the Sports 2.0 network, free advertising that, hey, you know what? You're not going to be great all the time. I mean, we can't all be Tom Brady. Grant, the one and only Mitchell, is 87-69 on the season. He makes 1 billion picks a day, so this is no surprise. Grant, you are a cheater, but what are your thoughts on this record?
My thoughts are that I'm not cheating at all. I just have more things come to me than you guys. I'm more in tune with everything that's going on, so I have to make more picks. You guys cater to the low rollers. I'm throwing out picks for everybody out there, making a lot of money with them. People who listen to me on this show, they have more money right now.
Okay, whatever you say, Grant. You know what really frustrates me, Grant, about I took this bet as well. We're gonna explain it here in a minute. But can you please go away team, home team, and not home team, away team? It really bothers me.
Well, I like using verses as much as I can.
Well,
I don't know.
Go Rockies versus Angels because it's at the Angels. Like, if I look at this, I think this game's at Coors Field today, and this game's going to go over at Coors. That's my thoughts, Grant.
No. Whoa. No, that's your mistake. You use verses if the first team is at home, and then use at if the second team is home.
Where did you learn?
That's how it works.
Where did you learn this, Grant?
What do you mean? That's how it works. Pull up a schedule.
No, if you go versus, you go away. If you're using versus, you go away versus home. Will, tell me I'm right here.
I mean,
wrong. You use at. That doesn't make sense.
I would typically read it, but
that doesn't make sense.
I understand what Brand's trying to say, where you would use the at symbol if you want to make it clear.
So here, I got to pull up.
Being played.
Well, no,
go to ESPN and pull up. I have it right here. I'm sharing my screen. This. So we've got the Tigers right here, right? versus the Twins.
No, that's I
because
use
they're home.
use versus all the time. I use it,
because they're in
I don't use
Kansas
at's
City.
not in my vocabulary. At's not. I use versus away versus home. Home is always listed second. Grant, get it together. Talk about this game though. We're losing people here. Nobody wants to hear this debate because you're wrong. Go.
Well, geez, I'm kind of all flustered. I forgot what we were even talking about. Angels Rockies. You used to have the rule on the show that if Shohei Ohtani is pitching, then you pick the Angels, but then you decided that you hate Shohei Ohtani because everybody else liked him, and you're like the Scrooge of the show, or the what's Krampus?
Grant, I'm the freaking show. Get it through your head. I'm not the Scrooge of the show. I am the show. Keep going.
All right, well, we've got Shohei Ohtani and German Marquez. Good pitching matchup. Neither team's been playing great leagues coming out of the break. They don't score a ton. The Angels rank highly for the year, but as of late, hasn't been anything to write home about. So, yeah, easy under. Most of the games today, I felt like were very closely contested. So I ended up picking a lot of over-unders versus, actual picks on the game. But, yeah, I like the under in this one.
Yeah, same here. Rockies versus Angels. German Marquez is on the bump. German Marquez should not have been an all-star. Everyone gets a trophy, so he had to be an all-star, but he's still a decent pitcher. He can keep this game under. The Angels are not playing great baseball. I mean, I guess they're 3-5, 3-2 in their last 5. The Rockies are 2-5 in their past 5, but they gave the Dodgers a run for their money, kept their bats off the scoreboard, so I like this game going under here as well. Now, Will is going Nationals, Phillies under 9.5. It's probably a smart move not to bet on the Nationals after losing to the Baltimore Orioles. And I think the under is also a good move here because they must be so defeated after losing, getting swept by the Baltimore Orioles. That's so embarrassing. But anyways, Will, talk to me about this one.
They got swept by the Baltimore Orioles, and I think they're probably one of the first teams this season to only get 8 runs in 3 games versus the Baltimore Orioles. I mean, we talk about it almost every show, and we bet on the over almost every show for an Orioles game. They didn't get any runs on Matt Harvey, like no runs on Matt Harvey. I don't know how that's physically possible against that Orioles team. They got swept, so I have no faith in my hometown Nationals at this point. The Phillies, they haven't really been scoring much either. They scored 2 runs, 3 runs, 5 runs, 2 runs, 5 runs in their last 5 games. So not too much. They did go. They split their series against the Braves recently, but I don't really have too much faith in either of these teams to score. You do have a pitching matchup that would warrant an over maybe in this game. Joe Ross for the Nationals and Spencer Howard for the Phillies. But with the way these two teams have been scoring, they haven't really been on the right track as teams lately. I feel like this is going under.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with this one here. I can't trust the Nationals or the Philadelphia Phillies. Grant, what do you think?
Yeah, the only thing I would say about this one is that there should be an @ sign because they're playing in Philadelphia.
No, he's right. It's Nationals versus Phillies. You put Philly second. You put the home team second if you're using versus. Look it up, Grant.
If you use versus,
you can use that. That's fine. We can use that. But versus is you put the home team second if you're using versus, Grant.
That doesn't make sense.
Yes, it does.
Versus is interchangeable. It doesn't matter.
Versus interchangeable. Yes, Grant or Will's right. Versus interchangeable. So stop talking about this because we're right, Grant. It's not even what we're talking about. Do you like this bet or not?
I'm not telling you.
All right, that's fine. Twins Tigers under 10. This is probably a good bet out of Grant here because the Tigers were the hottest team in baseball, and they are no longer the hottest team in baseball. So rest in peace to the Detroit Tigers. We missed you. We loved you when you were good. We still love you when you're bad, though.
Yeah, they just lost 3 straight at the Kansas City Royals. Before that, coming out of the All-Star break, they had won 3 straight against the Twins. But if you go back and look before the All-Star break, they lost 4 of 4 on the road against the Twins. The Twins are the home team in this game. So, I mean, if you just look at recent history, it tells you all you should know. It's not like the Tigers, they had that great start. And, it's a cool story to watch. But we don't think that's going to last. And obviously, we were proven right with that series against the Royals. So just looking back and seeing that they did lose 4 straight the last time they played the Twins on the road, I feel like that says enough. And then you go to the matchup here. It's Matt Manning versus Michael Pineda. I know that I like to joke about Matt Manning being the over king. I feel like we've all sort of anointed our own over kings. But if he's actually been playing decently well the last few games, 1 earned run in 6, 2-5, 2-2. 2-5. So I think that if you had to pick this one, I would say the Twins. Although I'm just sticking with the under here because I don't know for sure. So
yeah, I mean. The over king, it was Matt Harvey, and then Matt Harvey got good all of a sudden, so he is no longer the over king. I think I might bet on the Orioles next time Matt Harvey's on the mound. And then G Money Garrett Richards is no longer the over. I mean, G Money is still probably the over king, but he's been okay. He has still yielded some overs for us. And now Matt Manning, you can't call Matt Manning the over king though. I think because he's a rookie. You got to give him a little time to develop. But I do like this bet. Twins, the one player who could hit for them is playing for the Tampa Bay Rays now, so they don't have a chance of this game going over. Now, William, we'll go to you here. You got Astros on the run line versus the Mariners, a.k.a. probably one of the hottest teams in baseball right now.
Yeah,
so it's a little risky.
Yeah, it is a little risky. Both teams have been hot. The Mariners just won, I think, 3 out of 4 against the Athletics, so they had themselves a pretty good weekend. But their pitcher on the mound, I believe, has only pitched 5 innings this whole season, so I don't have too much faith in him. He had a pretty good 5-inning game where a few weeks ago, but I don't have too much faith. It wasn't a start; it was just in relief. So he's been doing all right. But the Astros have Luis Garcia on the mound. He's been pretty decent, 7-5, 2.86 ERA. So he's keeping it under 3. The Astros have been doing pretty well themselves. So I think they're on a 3-game winning streak. Also, I think the Astros are the better team. So I went for a little bit of value here. You could go with them on the money line. I think it's at minus 180 something. But I went with the more valuable bet with the run line at minus 105.
Yeah, and I've got the Astros pitchers. I think his name is McColgan. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but I've got I've got his minor league stats up here. He was 5-4 with a 3.9 ERA.
5-4, 3 point what ERA?
3.9.
All right, yeah. So I mean, the under, Grant. I mean, you can talk about the under right now if you got the Astros on the run line as well. You got them for better odds than Will does, but the under scares me in this game just because of how explosive the Astros are. Whatever they've done their past 5 doesn't matter. They are explosive, and the Mariners can score. They're showing that they can do that. But why do you like the under here?
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, on this show, it's our job to identify trends, and we kind of make our picks based off of that. But we also kind of fall victim to, Tanner, I don't want to pick on you, but with the Dodgers thing, like the Dodgers are the better team, and they end up losing 3 or 4 to the Giants. And I've done it too. Like I did it with the Blue Jays versus the Red Sox. I said, the Blue Jays
blew 2 ninth-inning leads, Grant. They blew 2 ninth-inning leads. Don't tell me that wasn't the right bet. They blew 2 ninth-inning leads.
No, I'm just giving examples. Or like, with the Astros even, you talk about how I think on Friday's show, we were talking about someone might have picked an under, and we said, no way, they're so explosive. But, I mean, their recent games, they haven't been scoring 3, 4, 7, 4, 3, 3, 0, 1. It's not that impressive. So, over the course of the whole season, sure, you have faith in them. But if you look at the recent trend, it hasn't been good for them. And then the Mariners, they have been playing well, obviously, but they haven't been scoring a ton in those games. 4-5, 4, 1, 3. That's nothing crazy impressive. And then Luis Garcia's got a 2.8 ERA. McColgan coming out of the minors, we don't really know what to expect, but he's probably not going to be terrible. So I think this one's under.
I don't know. I see. I would stay away from this total though, just because you don't know what you're getting out of the Mariners pitcher. But anyways, yeah. I mean, I agree with that. We do look at what teams have their reputation. I did that this weekend. I took what the Mets had done recently. I took what the Blue Jays had done this recently, and I bet on the Mets to win on Saturday night, and then the Blue Jays showed up after not hitting for 5 games. So it's a crapshoot in Major League Baseball, as we know. But you're right there. I'm not betting this total. Will, are you taking the under here?
No, I'm not taking the under here. I think it's a little too risky. I mean, we've said it already. Grant's mentioned it that the Astros haven't been scoring, but they can. Their ability to score can shine through in this game if they wanted to. So I'm going to stay away.
Yeah. All right. So we'll go to me here. Reds versus Cubs. Cubs on the money line. Wade Miley versus Kyle Hendricks. I'm just waiting for the Cubs to sell their entire team. When they sell their entire team, I will stop betting on them. But they still have a decent club. You look at the Cubs, you got Javi Baez, you got Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant is still, from what I know, Chris Bryant is still going to play tonight. I don't think he's been traded yet. He could get traded right before this game, and then I will cancel his bet. But if Chris Bryant's playing, I'm going with them. Reds are 3-2 in their past 5. Cubs are 2-5 in their past 5. Wade Miley on the bump. I think they're able to take advantage of him tonight. Cubs coming off 2 games. They won a series against the Arizona Diamondbacks, scored 8-3. Or won 8-3. They won 5-1. They got the bats going today. They're at home in this game. I like them on the money line. What do you guys think?
I don't have any disagreements with it. Hendricks versus Miley is a pretty good pitching matchup. Hendricks has been they've seemed to win when he's on the mound. I think he's 12-4 on his record for the Cubs. So, with that record, I think I have faith in the Cubs being able to pull through on offense against Wade Miley.
Yeah, his ERA is not great, but they hit the ball well when he's on the bump. Grant, what do you think?
To be honest, this one's just sort of a toss-up for me. The Cubs, we are expecting, a good majority of their star players to be gone by the deadline. So maybe you could make the case that they're not that interested in playing and they're not going to play that well, or you could say, this is my last chance to really, boost my value and get out of here. So, and this is a even matchup even to begin with. Reds are 51-48, Cubs are 49-51. So honestly, I don't have a particularly strong opinion, but if I was betting on this game, I would look at which pitcher I think is better, and Cubs win when Hendricks pitches. So I think that's a good bet.
Yeah, and also with the Reds, they don't have Castellanos right now. They will not have Castellanos for an extended period of time because of an injury. So that's a big blow to them as well. Okay, so Grant's done here. Will's got one more. I got one more. Blue Jays, Red Sox. We can all chime in on this one, of course. The Red Sox, a.k.a. the best team in baseball. Will has them on the money line at -45. I think this is kind of a dangerous bet, even though they're riding the momentum from yesterday. But again, I'm taking them because it's the Boston Red Sox. But Will is like -145. He's ready to go.
I feel like one of us should have been obliged to take this bet after what just happened yesterday against the Yankees, where they nearly got no hit by Domingo Germán and then blew up for 5 runs in the 8th inning to take the lead. I didn't expect it. I know Tanner was adding me all night on Twitter saying, "Oh, this is what the Nationals should do against the Orioles. Get your team's stuff together." What do you want me to do for the Nationals, Tanner? I don't know. I'm not on their team, but yeah, I feel like one of us should be obliged to take this one. I think it's Nick Pivetta on the mound for the Red Sox versus Thomas Hatch for the Blue Jays. Hatch does not have too much experience on this season. I think he's pitched only 26 innings or so. So not too great there, 3-point-something ERA. So I don't have too much faith in him. Pivetta has been okay this year, 8-4 for the Red Sox, 4.37 ERA. With the momentum the Red Sox are riding off of from last night, I think they'll come through and their bats will be awake. Maybe Rafael Devers will come through with a home run. Who knows? But I like the Red Sox.
Yeah, the first thing I did after yesterday's win was I went and I ordered a red Kike Hernandez jersey because he's my new favorite player on the Boston Red Sox. I love this team. You watched them yesterday. I just love this team. I don't know what it is. It's special. This year is special. I think they're going to win the American League pennant, World Series. Who knows? But Grant, what do you think about this?
I was having a hard time. I don't know if you guys ever encounter this, but sometimes there are teams in whatever sport it may be that you watch them, their record's good, they win games, but you watch them and there's just something about them that you're not sold on. That was me with the Red Sox to start off the year, but they've been pretty much ever since we started the show. They have, all those big games, it feels like they win them. They have one of their worst losses of the season, and then they turn around and get one of their best wins of the season. They lose a series, they instantly come back. They have a huge performance. I feel like it's hard to bet against them right now. And for the Blue Jays, we were talking about maybe they can creep towards the second spot in the division. They've fallen down to 4th. So, even though we just started the second half of the season, this one is going to be super important to them. And I think the Red Sox know that. And I think they win at home.
Yeah. The Red Sox have a tough slate coming up. You got Blue Jays, then you got Rays, then you have the Tigers, I believe. Then you go back and play Rays, Blue Jays. Not going to be easy, but it's a big test. We'll be in mid-August by the time those series end. I'm sold on this team. Same thing. I'm same exact way as you, Grant. I was like, I don't know. There's something about this team I can't buy. Obviously I'm buying in because I'm a fan of the team, but I wasn't confident until I am now, seeing what they did yesterday. And even you look at how the Yankees won their game. They won it with bloop singles or bloop hits that dropped in. The Red Sox went out and won that game yesterday. Like, I heard this on Section 10, the Barstool Red Sox podcast. It was a great analogy. Like, bad teams are not going to win that game yesterday. Championship teams go out and win that game. Good teams don't even win that game. Championship teams win that game yesterday. I'm very sold on this team right now. You know, they got a tough slate coming up. But the one thing we know for sure, the American League East is officially two-team race. Yankees are done. So I got the over in this game. Blue Jays, Red Sox. As you said, Will, pitching matchup, Pivetta on the bump, 8-4, 4.3 ERA. He's going to give up some runs. If the Blue Jays show up and hit the ball, like seeing them in person, I'm afraid of them when they hit the ball. I'm not afraid of them, though, because they don't know how to win. So I do think if the Blue Jays show up with their bats, this game should go over. Again, the bats have not been great lately. Hopefully we get that Saturday night New York Mets bat because Springer was going yard. Bo Bichette was hitting the ball. Vladdy hit a piss missile off the wall. Like, it was insane watching these guys hit in person. So hopefully we get that tonight. Thomas Hatch is not throwing an inning this year. Red Sox are red hot right now. We saw what they can do. 5 runs in 1 inning. This team is explosive. This game's going over. That's what you need to know. Anyone disagree?
Nope.
There we go. No. So Grant, you know what? We started the show fighting and we ended it as friends. It's really nice. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's a cute story.
It's a cute story. All right. That was the best hour of your day. We'll go final thoughts here. Grant, the one and only Mitchell, 87-69. Thoughts?
My final thoughts. Normally I have something prepared. I don't have one today. Honestly, I guess, I'll use this as a cop-out. But it is super important. Make sure you subscribe to our network. We're over 800 subscribers. We're making that push towards 1,000. And I feel, I've really enjoyed being on the show every morning with you guys, I must say. And I feel like it's been a big part of why we're up there. Obviously, we've also got other people making some tremendous contributions. So shout out to everybody, and make sure you're subscribed if you aren't already.
That was very touching. Grant, this is like the end of, not the Titanic because everyone dies, but like a good movie where everyone doesn't die and everyone's happy at the end, and they started not happy. That's the movie that this show was today. Will, the Wizard Reed is 58-48. What are your final thoughts?
I'll steal Grant's typical final thoughts and say I'm going to go 3-0 today. We know it's going to happen. 61-48 at the start of tomorrow's show. And then I'll also mention I liked your video, Tanner, where you were talking about the fashion statement at Citi Field this past weekend. And I responded. You can tell the fans what I said, but if you want to talk about that Citi Field video, you can. But I liked it.
All right. So Will just gave me my final thoughts. Okay. So we can have this debate. Why not? We got a few minutes. We can have this debate. Whoever wants to listen. If you don't want to listen, don't listen. We don't care. All right. Anyway, so these girls walking around Citi Field. Now picture this as a jersey. I don't have my jersey. I don't have any jerseys down here. Good. That's not a button down. So. All right, so all these girls are walking around Citi Field like this, right? Like literally, like the YouTube could take this down because it's so hot. But anyways, like jerseys walking around off the shoulder. And I'm seeing this. I'm with my buddy, and we're seeing this. And, that like the 70s jeans are coming back, those like baggy jeans and stuff, whatever. Say what you want. But there's girls, it's crop top, jersey, off the shoulder. So they're wearing it like they're like holding their elbows up like this. And the jerseys are like resting here. It's like off their back, or they're wearing it off the shoulder. So I keep looking at this. And by the way, don't sit in the bleachers. Don't sit in like the upper deck at Citi Field. It's an interesting crowd. New York's very interesting right now. But anyway, so I'm seeing all these girls walking up and down the aisles with these. Like, it's not one. It's not two. It's like if there were 12,000 people there had to be 1,000 girls dressed like this. With no interest on the game, by the way. That's a separate conversation. But there were some were. But these girls are wearing their shirts off their jerseys off the shoulder. And I'm like, first of all, that looks really uncomfortable because like you're trying to carry a beer and food and all this and your jersey's falling off, but you're trying to have it fall off for like a fashion statement. Number 2, you look like a freaking idiot. So that was my thing. I did an Instagram video. Actually, that was part of MLB Daily Picks yesterday. And I did a reel for Instagram talking about how stupid this look is. So if you guys think if hot, Grant, I know you voted on the Instagram. I think you said it looks good. Will said it looks stupid.
Well, I feel like your problem was you weren't like you went in with the intention of making fun of it. I think you could have made it look good if you put some more. You weren't popping it. You were just kind of standing there.
I'm not. No, I wasn't asking if I looked hot, Grant. That's a given. That's
I know, but I think you could pull it off.
I'm not saying Grant, that wasn't. See, like now we're fighting again because that wasn't even the thing. I said, do you think this looked like it was for girls? It said ladies. It's this thing. It looks stupid. I think there's some girls who can wear it. Yeah. Probably there's some girls who can probably wear it. Oh, we got a comment here. Who's it? Gloria. I agree. Gloria. I agree. It's stupid. All right, there it is. Gloria. I agree. It's stupid. That's the final thought. Gloria settled it. And you know what? On the Instagram poll, on my I'll get the results here because Grant was like, oh, it's disappeared now. Shoot. All right. Well, it was like 91% of people, and I don't know who. I think it was like three or 400 people who voted. It was like 91% said it was stupid. So there you go. That's what you need to know. Final thoughts. Don't wear jerseys off the shoulder, ladies. If you're trying to impress a boy at a baseball game, just wear the jersey normal, get a few names, and go with it. That's the final thought of the day. Don't know what I'm saying. Don't wear jerseys off the shoulder. Subscribe to the Sports 2.0 Network on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff, guys. That was the best hour of your day. Shout out to Gloria for settling the debate. Jerseys off the shoulder are stupid. See you tomorrow for Parlay Power Hour.